Hello, I'm Charlie Brooker and you're watching the Screenwipe review of the year. Ooh, look, modern. Ooh. When future generations look back at 2006 through their magic space periscopes, chances are it will be remembered as the year we finally all gave up pretending to be independent adults and instead allowed people on telly to advise us on every aspect of our pathetic pea-sized lives. Take Trinny and Susanna. They've gone from telling us whether that shirt's going to make us look like a gift-wrapped pig to dishing out marriage advice.
Do you know you speak to Lester like he's your child?
You like it like that? I like it.
Here's the highlight of the show in which the hapless couple are commanded to disrobe behind a screen in order to prove something or other.
So we know you two on the outside, and we want to get to know you on the inside.
It may sound extreme, but this can be an excellent way of getting couples to open up, talk candidly, and at last appreciate each other.
Yeah, and it also makes for grimly titillating viewing, as anyone who regularly spies on their neighbours can tell you. Ooh. Having kicked inhibition in the bollocks with the impromptu strip search, Trin and Suze moved their attention to skeletons in the closet.
You know how honest you were with me in the kitchen? The fact that you felt if there was an opportunity and you would be attracted to somebody else, you might go there. Mm. Have you been there?
Yes. Yeah.
How long ago?
A couple of months ago.
Okay, so it's still quite raw.
Ugh, what's quite raw? Of course, asking a couple to strip off, then digging up that kind of painful, private info might amount to little more than shameless voyeurism, if Trinny and Susanna weren't also fully qualified marriage counsellors, that is.
You know, we're not marriage counsellors.
Oh, oh dear.
But what we are here for is to help you find each other attractive again.
By shoving you in a fancy frock and advising you to flash your man minge.
Those boxer shorts, a bit further down. Even so, you have a tiny bit of pubic hair peeking out the top, so that's quite sexy.
Yeah, probably not a good look down the post office. It wasn't just marriages. Throughout the year, it seemed there was no problem that couldn't be solved care of any old with a camera. Take the problem of unsightly, wobbling school kids whose extraneous blubber offends tedious fitness Nazis. That was roundly taken care of by Ian Wright's Unfit Kids, a bit of campaign entertainment in which the former footballing father figure went into schools to make fat kids run around.
Now, what's the point of walking if you can run?
Like all the best makeover shows, the programme used shock tactics to strong-arm its subjects into unquestioning compliance.
Well, half your body is fat, it's just fat. He's in a bad way, Vic.
Do you want to die? Do you want to? Because I'll tell you what, if you really want to die, I'll just throw you under a fucking car.
This isn't the end of it all, this is the
No one
beginning.
can do it for you. You have to do it yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah? Put it this way, if you don't, you'll be dead by the time you're 25.
Yep, dead by the time you're 25, and that's not just hysterical opinion, that's unscientific non-fact. Of course, Ian Wright's show was essentially just an extended tribute to Jamie Oliver, who last year saved every single child in the country from certain death with his school dinners campaign. For 2006, he returned more pissed off than ever because some people still won't eat what they're told.
I can give you a voucher for lunch today in exchange for your junky drink.
No, mate.
So swap it. You get a proper lunch for that. Give me that old rubbish.
No, mate.
Come on, hand it over, you Here we see Jamie employing the hugely scientific technique of sloshing junk food into a great big pile to prove how unhealthy it is. Of course, posh food doesn't look so hot either when you slap it all together in a heap, but shh, don't tell the plebs, and they might start wondering if the popularity of this campaign is really about obesity or maybe something else like, I don't know, snobbery? After all, if it's about combating obesity, then what the bloody hell do you call this?
Gingerbread. That's great on homemade trifle. Cinnamon. Try it with ice and sugar on your mince pies.
Go on, tuck in, kids, those look delicious. Anyway, before long, the Prime Minister himself became Oliver's bitch, reduced to grovelling before him and asking what Jamie wanted him to do.
What would you like in this area? I mean, you're the guys actually talking to them. I mean, what do you want?
Having Blair in the arse on national television, Jamie's next trick was getting a blowjob off David Cameron.
Who's done more to improve school food? Jamie Oliver or the latest Education Secretary?
Is that good, Jamie?
Put it another way, we need a bit more of Super Nanny and a bit less of the nanny state.
Christ, at this rate, by the end of 2007, every TV show will consist of nothing but a set of basic instructions which we'll obey without question.
But then I suppose free will and choice are sort of overrated, really, not to mention fattening. Sorry, miss, I won't do it again, ever. Sorry, miss.
Now here's Grace Dent looking at the year in soaps from a pub in the future. Yeah.
Very exciting news in 2006 in EastEnders was the return of the Mitchell brothers. No woman can gaze at them without having to, like, you know, fling aside her girdle and jump onto either Grant or Phil. It's always been a mystery why Phil is so attractive to women.
I like your shirt.
Oh, this, just dug it out of the back of the cupboard. Don't mind you.
No, not at all. Why would I?
Pauline's been roaming the square all the way through 2006 like a fractious Taliban mullah, decreeing who can see their children, who can marry who needs to put a coat on because it's cold, and what time everybody can have their tea at.
Martin, why are you provoking me?
I'm not provoking you, Mum. I'm just trying to have a conversation.
Yes, you are provoking me. I don't know why. I don't know what's got into you.
Right through 2006, Pauline has been wooing a man in her life called Joe Mace. They seem to have a weird master-slave, sniff-my-glove relationship.
But the houseware's not going to do itself.
Where he follows around the square, kind of asking if he can do things for her, and she kind of rebukes him sternly.
Are we ready?
Those hot chocolates are over £3 there.
And I'll swap my flake for some of your froth.
At the end of the year, Pauline actually said that she had a brain tumour, which everybody got very, very upset about for some reason, but it actually turned out in the end that it was everything horrible that she'd ever thought about Sonia, all just in one big lump.
Whatever mess I've made, at least it's better than being a dried-up, sour-faced, rancorous old boo!
2006 has just been same old for Gary and Minty. They just live this kind of perpetual Brokeback Mountain with spanners existence. With Gary, I just think he's got that kind of like jerky-limbed, nutty boy quality. I think he's quite an authentic Cockney. I love Minty. He's just got this lovely fungus the bogeyman quality about him and twinkly eyes. I just think he's wonderful. And I'm just hoping in 2007 there'll be a lot more good luck for them. Over on Corrie, the street's resident panto villain, Charlie Stubbs, has remained victorious right through the year, aided and abetted by his hideous, cockdaft skeleton of a girlfriend, Tracy Barlow.
Oh, no, Charlie. See, I've only just started. Oh, no, Charlie, please get away from me! Charlie, get off!
All right, you stop this now, or else I really will give you something to shout about.
I always think that they're Rose and Fred West. They look exactly how they would be played on Crime Watch if they got more aesthetically pleasing actors in to depict them. One of the big mysteries of Emmerdale during 2006 is who's watching it.
Yeah, well, thanks for your concern.
One of the big reasons to tune in is always the Dingle family.
It's as rough as a bear's bum.
There's about 45 of them at the moment. Every time one of them kind of goes away on some kind of quest, another one comes and takes their place.
Who are you when you're at home? Eli. Eli who?
Eli Dingle.
My favourite Dingle is Shadrach Dingle. He's kind of like this hairy, puffy, kind of quite weaselly man who I always think that he looks like he's kind of perpetually trapped inside like an Uncle Bulgaria fancy dress costume. I was really quite sad to see the back of Patsy Kenzie. I thought she really made the show.
You know, the idea actually excites me.
Me too. You and me doing it in Matthew's bed.
I wonder whether they had to write her out because there was no one left actually in the village for her to shag.
Well, just give me the word and I'll shoot her right now.
No! Patsy Kensit went through an entire week-long kidnap ordeal in this beautiful white suit. She didn't even get like a blob of mud on the elbow. Not like a normal woman. I'm really looking forward to 2007 for soaps. I think that they provide a really useful service because at least I know that there's people out there with even shitter lives than me.
You're a lightweight. You're fired.
2006 was a year of landmarks. Here are just a few of them.